Hey guys, this is Morrison Man 2026 here, and tonight I am going to be talking to you about the Amazing Digital Circus. The evolution of the Amazing Digital Circus. A teaser video was made on January 27th, 2023, as the show's first ever popular video by Gooseworx. As the months go by, January 28th came. Oh, fuck. July 28th came in 2023, and yeah, July 28th, 2023 came, and, well, it announces a lot of new characters, and, well, yeah, it's Jax, Ragatha, and Gangle, and, oh, her ribbon mask is broken. Here's King, and Bubble. Kinger. Bye. And there is Zooble. Released on the 22nd of September 2023, the Amazing Digital Circus trailer has brought so many views, 34 million as a matter of fact, into this watching spree, and, you know, this is crazy. On the 29th of September 2023, Gooseworx released the Amazing Digital Circus theme song that we know and love. And it goes a little something like this. Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there in case we get more copyrighted.
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus!
That's right, everyone! On the 13th of October 2023, the Amazing Digital Circus pilot episode is finally released.
My name is Kane, I'm your ringmaster, and I'm here to show you the most jaw-dropping, heart-stopping, mind-bending paraphernalia you've ever laid your eyes upon!
12 days after the Amazing Digital Circus pilot episode was released on the 13th of October 2023, on the 25th of October 2023, the Amazing Digital Circus episode 1 received a soundtrack. On the 19th of April 2024, the Amazing Digital Circus made its grand comeback by releasing a Episode 2 trailer.
On the next all-new episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, the funny circus gang takes a trip to the deliciously delectable Candy Canyon Kingdom.
Not long after that, trailer was released, but on the 3rd of May 2024, just one day before the Star Wars Day of 2024, on May the 4th, 2024, on May 3rd, 2024, the second episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Candy Carrier Chaos has been released. But things get spooky in episode 3, when the trailer for the episode The Mystery of Mildenhall Manor was released. Yeah, that's right. The Mystery of Mildenhall Manor. episode trailer has been released. So yeah, it was released on the 20th of September 2024.
Coming soon on an all-new episode of the Amazing Digital Circus.
And not long after that, but on October 4th, 2024, the third ever episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called The Mystery of Mildenhall Manor has been released. But not long after that, but on the 29th of November 2024, the fourth episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Fast Food Masquerade has been released. And yeah, it is indeed a trailer, so yeah.
In this instructional video, you'll learn all about the ins and outs of what's going to happen in the next brand new digital circus.
It took the team about 3.5 months in 2024 to get Fast Food Masquerade ready, but on the 14th of December 2024, the fourth episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Fast Food Masquerade has been released. Months and a half of a year passed, and Episode 5 trailer of the Amazing Digital Circus called Untitled was released on June 13th, 2025. 6 days after Morrison Man 2026 made his channel comeback.
Oh, thank God you're here. I forgot to make a trailer for the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, and my flight to Copper 9 leaves in 5 minutes!
7 days pass, and on the 20th of June 2025, the fifth ever episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Untitled has been released. Fun fact, did you know that the Amazing Digital Circus pilot released on October 13th, 2023 has received 451 million views? That's right! And another fun fact, there are 1 billion all-seeing eyes on the Amazing Digital Circus, meaning that there are so many viewers watching the Amazing Digital Circus, old and new, and who came back to watch the series, and yeah, all that. Okay, back to the history. On the 8th of August, 2025, where I really settled back into my YouTube channel, the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 6 trailer, called They All Get Guns, has been released. So, yeah, the 8th of August, 2025, yeah.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, everyone gets guns! That's really all there is to it.
And then, 7 days later, the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 6, They All Get Guns, has been released. After Episode 9 has been released, a Episode 7 trailer has been released. And it's called Beach Episode. So, yeah, the Episode 7 trailer of the Amazing Digital Circus was released on the 5th of December 2025, where I officially got back into doing my YouTube content.
On the next episode of the Amazing Digital Circus, it's time to soak in the sun as everyone has a fun-filled day at the beach.
And then on the 13th of December 2025, the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 7, called Beach Episode, has been released.
Kinder, do you want to make the choice?
The choice of what?
Are you sure he's all the way here?
March 6th, 2026 came along, and The Amazing Digital Circus Episode 8 trailer has been released. So, March 6, 2026. "14 days after the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 8 trailer has been released, on the 20th of March, 2026, Episode 8 of the Amazing Digital Circus has been released. So, here's a little preview if you want to look at it. And, I'm sorry guys, I cannot, understand what that Episode 8 title is. HJSAKLDFHL? Gooseworx, if you're watching this, can you tell me why? What? Oh my god. Okay, Gooseworx. Forget what I said, okay? Just forget what I said. Okay, look. You're fine. I'm not gonna hurt you. But I am gonna play the Amazing Digital Circus Episode 8! Ah! Oh! Warming. That's fine. I can deal with it. April 10th, 2026, King. And the final episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Remember was released. So yeah, the trailer was released on April 10th, 2026. But also, it says here on the video summary of this here video that an announcement is released. So it's released. So it's a feature-length film of, the Amazing Digital Circus last act, basically. So the film is currently being screened in the US, Latin America, Canada, and Japan with plans for a global expansion, like Australia and New Zealand and the Philippines, and it already happened, so you don't need to worry about that. Viewers are encouraged to visit their local theaters and check the official website for more details on the event. Thank you, Gemini. Many months have passed, and on June 4th, 2026, the Amazing Digital Circus Last Act has been released in theaters, combining both episodes 8 and 9 to the big screen. I bet all of your eyes are like bummed out from all of the craziness that happened in episode 9. Yeah, I bet they are. But anywho, time to announce something else. On the 11th of June 2026, the Amazing Digital Circus collaborated with Fortnite. And they made a trailer out of that too on the 11th of June 2026. So, have a look.
Welcome to a very special circus announcement!
June 12th, King, in 2026, and the Amazing Digital Circus collaborated with Fortnite. And they brought the Pomni Fortnite skin, and the Jax Fortnite skin, and the Zooble hammer, which is pretty funny, I might say. Especially with Zooble's face on end, well, you know, it's funny. And now, for the last episode of the Amazing Digital Circus called Remember, aka Episode 9. June 19th came in 2026, and the Amazing Digital Circus final episode / Episode 9 has been released. And the episode title is called Remember. Here comes another fun fact. Did you know that you can also watch the Amazing Digital Circus in Netflix? I'm not kidding, everyone. You can watch the Amazing Digital Circus on Netflix and YouTube. Jeez. Imagine if Prime Video gets the call from Glitch and then they added the show there and everybody's gonna go all in on it. But that won't happen, since the Amazing Digital Circus now ended. But anyways, that's pretty much all there is to it on the Amazing Digital Circus Evolution from 2023 to 2026. Thank you all so much for supporting the Amazing Digital Circus throughout its past 3.5 years of existence. We hope to see you on October 2026 on the 13th for the 3rd anniversary of the Amazing Digital Circus. But in the meantime, you guys should go click on that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, comment and like my videos, and please watch more of my videos, please, because my hours are reducing on YouTube Ask Studio. So, yeah, do that while you're at it. I'm not being offensive, but you should really do that. But anyways, I better get going now. Goodbye, guys. This is Morrison Man 2026, over and out. Have a good night out there, ladies and gentlemen from the US and UK, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye, guys. This is Morrison Man 2026, over and out.